be learning something interesting today, so I want you to pay close attention. In our previous class, we talked about places in our society, and we made mention of markets, school, bank, hospitals, post office, and many more. Today, we are going to be looking at the meaning of emotion and some of the examples of emotional states. The meaning of emotion and some of the examples of emotional states. So, let's get started. Firstly, what is emotion? Emotion is the way you feel at a particular time. Emotion is what? The way you feel at a particular time. Now, let's look at the meaning of emotional state. And when we are talking about emotional state, it means the state of your emotion. And don't forget, we just said emotion is the way you feel at a particular time. It means your mood at that time something happens is your what? Emotional state. Now, let's look at some of the examples of emotional state. We have sadness. Sadness is an example of emotional state. And what does it mean to be sad? To be sad means to be unhappy, feeling bad about something. It's what? Sadness. For example, mommy comes home with a very beautiful gift for James, and mommy did not get any gift for you. Of course, you start feeling bad, right? Yes, you start feeling bad. Daddy comes home and tells everybody in the house, no watching of cartoon today. Of course, you start feeling bad, right? Yes, you start feeling bad. You start frowning. At that moment, you what? Feeling bad. So that's what? Sadness. When you feel bad about something, when you're not happy about something, it means you what? Sad. Another example of emotional state is fear. Fear. Fear is an example of emotional state. And what does it mean to be afraid? To fear. To fear means to be afraid of something. When you're afraid of something, for example, you saw a very big snake. What happened? You shout, right? Ha! Look at a very big snake. At that time, you what? Afraid. And maybe you start saying in your mind, oh God, oh, don't allow the snake to bite me. That's what? Fear. That's what? Fear. The way you feel at that time you saw the snake is your emotional state. And that's what? Fear. Right? You'll be afraid. You'll be afraid of the snake. That's what? Fear. And it's an example of emotional state. Another example of emotional state is anger. Anger is also an example of emotional state. And what is anger? To be angry with someone, or when you're angry about something. For example, you're very, very hungry and somebody just pour your food away. Of course, you'll be angry, right? Yes, you want to go after that person for pouring your food away. That's what? Anger. And it's your emotional state as at that time. And of course, what do you do when you're angry? You frown. You frown your face, right? Yes. And it's anger is an example of what? Your emotional state. Alright, don't forget, we've talked about emotion today. And we said emotion is the way you feel at a particular time. And we have also looked at some of the examples of emotional state. And we made mention of sadness, fear, and anger. These are examples of what? Emotional state. Alright, don't forget to attend your quizzes and assignments. Until we meet again, bye-bye.